Alright, hello everybody. Hello. Today, we're going to be talking about my favorites, or which is the best to the worst. None of them are the worst, I love all these movies by the way. Of the Batman DCE, I like to call it a New 52 because it looks like that's what it got inspired by, kind of. New 52 animated movies. There's only 4 of them. I wish, real quick before we get into this, I wish there was 5. I just wanted one extra one, like after Batman Hush. I wanted like maybe a rebirth one, kind of like with like Catwoman and Batman getting married and like have like that arc. Some of you might, this may be controversial, but like I have also probably a little bit of the Gotham, I'm Gotham series where bring in Gotham guy that could do some stuff with Batman on the sideline. Have it be a long movie though, and then also like have I was thinking about it the other day. The City of Bang, a little bit of that story that could be like the main villain, and even maybe Jokes and Riddles. That Jokes and Riddles war, a whole war of like Bang be the one that's controlling the city, but Joker and Riddlers go to war because they want to take over the city and kill Bang, but like they're fighting over that. That'd be interesting. They can mess around with it. I know they combine a lot of these comic books together in these movies besides Batman Hush. But this is my opinion overall. This ain't the definitive the best one of them all. Everyone has their own opinion. Let me know your opinion too, also down in the comments below, or even in the live chat now. But let's get into this. Also, I'm gonna go through the movies real quick and give them like a little like review of my thoughts on them, and then I'm gonna tell you which one is my favorite. So let's start off with that. Starting off with first, let's talk about Son of the Batman. This movie, it's great, and I love it. I like the animation a lot. It's good. The story is pretty good, but it's more of a Damian Wayne movie, and the villain was not that great, which is Deathstroke. Deathstroke could have been better because I love Deathstroke, but his ponytail, his voice actor, just a lot of stuff fell flat on the face. And also, Damian Wayne is the one that takes him out and also stab him in the eye. Yeah, I just didn't like that, but I like the relationship between Batman and Damian Wayne in this movie, like them two trying to get to like learn and get to know each other. Like they know each other's legacies, like with Batman knows Ra's al Ghul, his legacy at Talia, and being with her and everything. But like he knows Batman is Batman of the city and all that. He knows everything about Batman, but he doesn't know the man behind the mask really. So like they're both trying to learn, like to get to know each other. And Batman didn't even know nothing about Damian also. So like it's very interesting of them like getting to know each other, and like I like Alfred's relationship with Damian throughout the film. It's pretty funny, it's pretty great. And I like the whole arc of Batman trying to help Damian not like teach him to not kill, and like the ways of being a Robin, taking over Batman's mantle. You really seeing this is a different Robin. That's why I kind of do like Damian, because he's different from all the other Robins. This Robin is literally Batman's son, so he's basically a mini Batman. He's not. Most Robins are their own characters. Like Dick Grayson was his own character. He's the first Robin. He's happy. He's more bright and hopeful because Batman helped him not get over, but like helped him deal better with the pain of losing his parents. He had Batman there. Bruce didn't have nobody besides Alfred, but he went off on a journey on his own. So, but like Batman has a lot of great scenes in this, but he's like kind of the secondary main character of this movie. Damian's the first, but there's a lot of cool stuff like with Killer Croc in this movie. Him like ripping off this Killer Croc's tail. That was brutal. There's a lot of great scenes with Batman in this. I still like Batman. I dig this suit. Besides, I just feel like every time you see the side of his ears, they're just too skinny. I never liked that, and they fixed that in Batman Hush, which I'm happy about that. The Batmobile is pretty cool too. I like the Batmobile in this movie, and Nightwing didn't do really that much at all in this movie, but he has some good scenes. And most people, I'm gonna let you know, he did not get beat up by Damian, even though he did get terribly bruised up and bloody, as you can see on the screen, but he still took down Damian because Damian was tied up, so it shows. And he probably, while he's trying to tie him up, Damien's probably throwing his sword around. That's why he got cut like that, you know. But like, there's some good scenes with Nightwing, you know, and like Robin, you know. Now we're on Batman versus Robin though. Now, this movie I love a lot. And first off, oh, spoilers by the way. I'm sorry, spoilers. But let me tell you one thing. First, Batman vs. Robin. It's not really about them fighting. It's more about their dynamic of like them, you know, like Damien losing the trust, like not having the trust earned by Batman, and Batman not having Damien love him as a father. You know, like Damien doesn't. It's not a son that loves him. You know, it's more, you know, distance, and he has to try. You know, basically, they're both trying to gain each other, both their respects of each other. You know, and I like that dynamic. And by the way, Batman's the one that wins the fight. I'm just gonna say that because, at the end of first, Batman's blocking all his hits, and then they fall. Then Damien gets a hit on him, and then Batman starts hitting him and beating the shit out of him. Then Damien even gets some hits on Batman, but then like they fall and Batman saves Damien, you know, and Damien's about to try to kill him, but doesn't, you know. So like Batman still won the fight technically. But I like the Court of Owl stuff, and I felt like the scene where he's like in the maze should have went on longer because in the book that it did and made Batman's literally going crazy. But I really like this scene. I really like the Court of Owls, but I wish we got more of them. Sorry, I had to drink my soda. Yeah, but kind of wish we got more of the Court of Owls. How they went out wasn't the best, by the way, too. I was like, whatever. But the main thing I like about this movie is the relationship between Batman and Damien. And I really love that ending scene where they finally get together and stuff. And like, you know, like it's just great. What Batman fully understands is like he gets the nightmare scene and stuff. He just, you know, he wants to actually be there for Damien. Wants to actually be a father to him instead of more of a mentor, which I dig that. You know, and I was like, oh, don't leave Damien, stay, you know, things would be better. You know, that's why I always wanted a fifth movie, too, because I always want to see that arc wrap up. We never really fully get to see it, like, oh, Damien and Bruce are, like, fully Batman and Robin. They're not really at each other's throats no more, you know, for to say, to speak. But Talon tries to be there as a mentor for Damien, which is cool. That's unique for this. This villain was really unique compared to the last villain. It was more better, more cool, more badass, and I like the story arc between them too. It's really fun. You know, we already talked about the fight. Batman and Robin both getting at each other's necks to fight. So you know, that fight scene was pretty epic too. Talon and Batman fighting though, that was really dope. When they find out Bruce Wayne's Batman and just you know, Talon's all going to his mansion ready to attack, and like the lines Bruce was delivering, the action, Nightwing fighting by his side was so fucking dope. Until he got, you know, those fucking things through his arms and legs. I was like, oh no, come on, Nightwing. But he still has some badass scenes where he even fought Talon. Talon makes a line, which is probably a reference to it, where he's like, you would have been a great Talon, because you know, in New 52, the Court of Owls wanted Nightwing to be the Talon, Dick Grayson. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But we didn't get a side-off movie. They should have side-off movies with Nightwing, because Nightwing's character's pretty cool in this. And I also like the scene where Batman gets in the big suit, and he's like, get out of my damn cave, or whatever. He says some cool line like that. But, like, this is so badass. And I like how he's beating Talon's ass. Batman, like, it's like, he ain't Damien, bro. Like, he was literally beating his ass. Until, you know, he does that cheap shot where he stabs him in the gun. I was like, oh, come on. And I was like, that's some bullshit. But I also like how Batman rips off the, you know, the mask gets ripped off and everything. It's really cool. Really cool scene. I love that scene. One of my favorite scenes in the movie. You know, this movie's just all around great. The music's great in this movie, too. Everything. It's so cool. You know, you can see there, too, the Batman's ears I was talking about. But, like, I really dig that movie. On to Batman Bad Blood though. Hold on, I just gotta see what's on Fortnite real quick. But no, we're still talking. Alright, Batman Bad Blood. This movie was originally when I was young, by the way. I complained about a lot of these movies. I was more bickery and not more understanding. Now that I'm older, I can understand and I can enjoy all Batman media. And Batman Bad Blood, I like this movie. It is the producer said that this is a Nightwing movie, and I can see that it has other side characters, but it does feel like a heavily a Nightwing movie. You have a lot of Batwoman too, also in this movie. Not a lot, but you still have a lot with her, and also some Batwing. And then, like, Bruce, too, a little bit of his scenes, but not too much. And then Damien's kind of in the back. He didn't really do that much, sadly, because he used to be the main character. But, we already have enough of Damien. So, like, I really like the story arc of, Nightwing taking over the mantle of Batman and have to take over that, mantle. And I love his suit, his Batman suit here, too. Bruce's suit. Like, oh, there he is. Obi-Wan Kenobi. It'll be in the 22nd. It'll be in Fortnite. Oh, that's gonna be cool. But, I like his suit a lot more than, Bruce's, because he has, like, the yellow oval and everything. It just looks more classic. It looks cooler, but I still like Batman, Bruce Wayne as Batman better, But, like, yeah, his Batman was really different. Even his Batman voice was different. I think that's why people could tell that he's not the same man behind the mask. But, like, even Batwoman says this. She's like, no, other people could tell that you're, like, I can see you tricking other people, but not me, It's like, yeah, that makes sense, because she's up close talking to Batman, so she would know, So I guess I was like, that makes sense. But, like, yeah, look at that suit. That suit looks so great. Like, even the belt and everything. This is so fantastic. The scenes in this movie, the action, that's what these movies do best in all of these movies, is the action scenes. They're just so fucking well done and great. I just love the action of these movies. It's, like, so dope, And I like how his ears are small in this suit, too. I noticed that, too, now that I'm looking at it. There's a lot of stuff I like about this movie, and I like Robin and Nightwing's dynamic of, Batman and Robin. It's a pretty great dynamic, The Bat family, we'll finally get to see the Bat family. All we're missing is Batgirl. She shows up at the very last end. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool, But, like, Batwing, I like his character too a lot with Lucius Fox and all that. This movie's really great. I'm about to go through and watch it again. And, like, Nightwing's suit is cool, by the way. I forgot to mention that before. I like this suit. Kind of reminds me of Young Justice a little bit. And finally, too, we get to see Batman versus Nightwing in this movie. We gotta see Batman versus Robin and Nightwing versus Robin, but we never got to see Batman versus Nightwing. And he was mind controlled, so he kind of went brutal on Nightwing. And obviously, Batman could beat Nightwing. I know some people say, no, Nightwing can beat Batman. I'm like, bullshit. Batman can beat Nightwing. Maybe if you give Nightwing a little bit more, a couple years to get older, and Batman gets old, like to an older man, then yeah, you can't beat him. But Batman's like literally in his prime still, when Nightwing's still young, still has a lot to learn. So like, and Batman been through so much and beat so many villains, of course he could beat Nightwing. But he kind of went brutal on Nightwing, breaking his arm and everything. Like my friend said, it makes sense why we go more out on Nightwing than Robin, because it's Nightwing. He's older and tougher, so it makes sense. And also, Batman's mind control again. But I really like how Nightwing's the one to break Batman's mind control by getting to him. By the way, they fixed the ears a little bit in this. That's pretty cool now that I see it. And the ears longer. That's pretty cool. But like, yeah, it's like I like this movie a lot. And also, real quick, let's go back. The main villain, Talia. They have a lot of other villains, which is kind of cool, but even though they kill them all off, which is weird. And Black Max is wearing the outfit of from Arkham Origins, which is kind of cool also. But like, Talia, it makes sense why she was like that. A lot of people was like, I don't know why Talia will be like that. Like, do that to her son and Batman and all that. And it's like, she has not paid attention to the first movie. She died technically from Deathstroke, and Batman took her into Lazarus Pit. Anytime anyone goes in Lazarus Pit and they come out, they come out a little bit crazy, you know, a little bit insane. So that makes sense why she would do that stuff. We never see what happens to her after Son of the Batman or what she's doing, and now we know in the third movie. But this third movie doesn't really wrap up the arc of Batman and Damian too much, so that's why I was like, we needed a fifth movie, because the next movie, Damian's literally in the movie like once or twice. That's it. So it's like, I know he's with the Titans, but we could have seen more. Which I'm talking about Batman Hush. By the way, I really, really love this movie. I've seen this movie multiple times. You know, this movie, the music's great, the story's great, a lot of stuff is great. There's only one problem with the movie, and I don't mind it being different from the book too much. Like, it's a lot like the book, but they changed some things because it's still connected to these last movies. It makes sense. But, like, just the spoilers again. The main villain not being Thomas Elliot, which they could have did so well if they made him Thomas Elliot. But Riddler, it was stupid. He should be Thomas Elliot. That's who Hush is. But without that saying, I still like Riddler in this movie and the whole arc between Batman fighting, like Batman talking crap to him. It was like, wait till like Joker and all of them finds out that you did all this. They're gonna wind up kicking your ass and Arkham, like scaring them, and like also Riddler been like, you won't let me die, and like Batman tries to save him even though Catwoman kills him. Like, that's a really interesting arc of like Batman. This movie's all about really about Batman. That's why Robin's not in the movie at all. Batman's the main character. That's why I love this movie so much. Batman's outfit, his new outfit, so much better than Dick Grayson's, and then his old suit. I really love the suit, like the Batman Hush type of suit, like the big yellow belt, the dark blue and gray. It's so fucking dope. And Nightwing's new outfit looks fucking awesome too. Sorry for my language, but this movie is just so freaking great. And like the villain again, Hush, interesting. Him and Batman's dynamic. I don't know. I have the Bat Family. Oh yeah, the Bat Family. They didn't show up at what's his name? Batwing didn't show up at all. I'm like, okay, that's why we need a fifth movie, because I'm wondering what's going on with the Bat Family. Batwoman didn't show up at all either, so I was like, what's going on with them? I want to know, like, at least get one scene, because Robin got one scene. But Batgirl didn't show up, but that was kind of cool. You know, in the book it was originally a Huntress, I'm pretty sure, but like, I get to see why they changed it to Batgirl. You know, and that's pretty cool, seeing Batgirl in her cool suit that I like, the new suit that she has in the comic books. Also, Joker shows up like once, just like in the book. Everything's basically like the book. His voice actor ain't the best, but I do like his scene a lot. And he's like, I always wanted you to break your rule, but over something I did, you know, like that scene within that was just so fucking great. You know, and Jim showing up and everything. It's like, Gotham needs Batman. And that also shows you that, you know, that's why Batman will never break his one rule, because if he does, then Jim Gordon won't be his friend, and he'll be after him. The police force will always be after Batman. So, yeah, that makes sense, because they're not going to let Vigilante run around killing fucking people. Like, that's why they let Batman off the hook, because they're like, at least he's not killing people, he's actually bringing them in, like, justice, giving them justice. And, like, Superman and Batman's dynamic in this movie is so great. Bruce showing up and everything, and, like, also plays Ivy taking over Superman's mind, and everything about this scene, and like him saying, you know, Clark's a good person, but I'm not. Like, it's so great. Yeah, just that scene was so great. I love the music too, like the rain, Joker coughing on his blood. So freaking great. Superman and Batman scene too. That was, I don't know that's in the book too, but that was really great. Superman showing up. That was really cool too, to have it in the fourth movie. Him show up. That was pretty sweet. But like, Hush again was cool, even though this ain't the Hush from that movie. I don't know why that got put in there. Thought it took it out, but I guess so. Batman was really great in this movie too, and him going against Bang instead of Killer Croc, I was like, I want to Killer Croc, but now I understand. I'm like, we've never seen Bang in this universe. Why not? We already seen Killer Croc in the first movie, so I get it. You know. But yeah, let's talk about my favorites now, guys. I'm gonna go through and say which ones are my favorite, and you let me know down in the comments below which one's your favorite, you know? Still nobody in chat, so I was making sure if anyone had to say anything. My first favorite of them all, it was really hard to make this decision, but I really do dig you know, this movie over all of them, because I'm a Batman fan. I like his characters, his allies, I like their villains, I love all that stuff. But Batman's the reason why I like Batman the most. I know some Batman fans go like, oh, I like Batman, but I really like his allies more, or his villains really make him good. It's like, nah, not to me, homie. It's Batman. Batman's fucking dope, he's interesting, and that character is around for until this day for a reason. Hello, he's freaking Batman. He's awesome. What's the most figures they make of, or the most merchandise they make of? His villains? No. Batman. His allies? No. Batman. Whatever. Batman Hush is my first favorite. Because it's more Batman in that movie. The villain ain't the best though, but it's still good in his way. I just wish it was different. But everything else in this movie is just so great. And like Batman and Nightwing scenes, Nightwing's more of his ally in this movie than Robin, which is really cool. I like seeing him interact with Nightwing, and also the relationship with him and Catwoman's so fantastic and great. And this movie, besides Batman versus Robin, Batman shows his emotions more in this movie than all the others. Batman vs. Robin shows his emotions a lot too. But like, yeah, Batman Hush is my favorite. Second is Batman vs. Robin, because I really like the villain in that movie. It's my favorite villain of all these movies. Is Talon. Really interesting, really cool. And I like Batman and Robin's relationship, like their story arc in that movie. It was really great. Nightwing was still cool too. That movie had a really good scene with him and Batman. And the music was good and the animation was good. Definitely when Bruce was driving that car and the Corals were trying to take him out. That animation was so well done. I was like, how did they do that? That was so great. Third though on my list is Batman Bad Blood, because I like Nightwing being Batman. That was cool. Batman scenes I still liked in that movie. Batwoman was kind of cool too. Batwing was really dope too. I like how he's basically like Batman, Iron Man, Batman, basically how he suits up. Damian was pretty cool too in that movie. The villain wasn't that great though, Talia. But I like how they showed Killer Moth and Killer Firefly. Some other villains like Black Max, yeah, and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting, But next on the list is Batman, Son of Batman. The reason why this is last is because this one's more of the boring film. I don't know. It's still good and everything. It's just the villains felt flat face, and the main character being Robin. Yeah, I like Damian Wayne, but not that much. So that's why that's on the bottom list. But that's my list, people. Overall, tell me what's your list. Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, these movies are great. And also, they fixed the ears in Batman Hush. I think I mentioned that already. But see you guys on the next one. I'm out. And later, we will be streaming, most likely, probably, Batman Lego and DC versus Marvel. And also, we're doing a trailer reaction to that DC Multiverse game. So, see you guys later.